Hello, everyone. Frank Garay here with Loan Officer Gizmos and Gadgets once again. Your host. Of course, we are powered by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm here today with Rachael Tresch. Rachael is an originator with Annie Mac Mortgage, one of our favorite mortgage companies out there, fabulous company. And Rachael, we're going to talk about a product today. I'm glad we're talking about this because a lot of people are familiar with BombBomb. Right. That's a pretty well-known product. I did a Gizmos and Gadgets episode on BombBomb, but when we met at the Orlando Mortgage Marketing Animals Freedom Club event, which was just a few weeks ago here, or a couple of weeks ago, geez, I guess it was just last week, if we're going to be honest, right?
Glad you're having fun.
Yeah, when we met there, we were talking about stuff, and we were talking about gadgets. I think we were, trading digital business cards or something. I don't know. We're talking about gadgets, and you brought up this alternative or this other product, which is similar to BombBomb. It's called Dubb, Dubb, and it's a video texting emailing platform. It's dubb.com, but we do have a link for you down below. We have a link down below for you guys, or somewhere here if you're listening to us on the Mortgage Marketing Animals Loan Officer Podcast Network. There's a link that you can click. So be sure to do that if you're interested in Dubb, but dubb.com. So what's got you so jazzed about this? And we'll get into pricing later. You did send me a text with that you used Dubb, and it was pretty awesome. I have to admit, it was pretty cool.
Thank you.
But did you look at the other ones, or did you just stumble on this one? Did you, that's what I'm curious about. Did you say, well, I have these options and this is the one that's for me? And if so, how come?
Yeah, well, let me just say one thing, Frank. So I'm actually not an originator. I am in
Okay.
business development, which makes this product even better for the position that I'm in. So I started using Dubb about a year ago. And I used to just I would make a little YouTube video and
Right.
make it private and send that to people because I thought, well, this is really cool.
Much
This is
better.
just a
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think just over text and email, your tone gets misconstrued. Like
Yeah.
how you say something isn't necessarily how it is received. So, and then when you can see somebody and see them talk and hear them talk, I mean, I just feel like it's so much more of a human connection,
For sure.
rather than
Yeah.
just a one-dimensional flat email or text. So I started using it about a year ago, and to be honest, I really didn't look into many other platforms. I was
Okay.
like, what's this? This is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
And what I really loved about it was that when you sent an email or text, it didn't just come through as a link. Because when somebody that you don't know sends a link, I'm not going to open that.
Right.
That's like screaming spam, right?
Right.
So with this, it comes up either as a picture or a GIF. And sometimes what I do is like I'll write somebody's name on a piece of paper
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
have it moving so that the first few seconds said like, "Hey Frank," and it'll be like moving.
You
So
know what? I would definitely click that. Right. For
yeah,
100%, I'm going to click that and check. That's a great idea, by the way. Good
yeah,
stuff.
because then it just cuts through the noise and it's like, whoa, she made me a specific email, video email for me. It's not
Right.
just a spam thing. Like,
Yeah.
let me see what this is all about. So that's the first thing, just cutting through the noise. And
Right.
being in this position of business development, I mean,
Yes.
I have to talk to people that I don't know. And I'm not a big fan of cold calling.
Right.
Freaking
Right. So how do you make
really
use of it then? To alleviate the cold calling, what do? You go like, okay, this is a person that I definitely want to start talking to. I want to start working with this, or getting this agent to consider our company, consider us, consider my loan officers. So I think what I'll do to break the ice is I'll just go ahead and start with one of these videos and send it along.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with anything, you want to know who you're speaking to.
Yeah.
So I'll research somebody a little bit. I'll, not just hey, you, how are you?
Yeah.
It's much different if you do that versus, hey, Frank, it's Rachael. I saw that you're having an awesome year. You actually sold a home of a friend of mine, or if I'm talking to a loan officer, like, Frank, I saw your numbers for this year and it sounds like you're just killing it. You look like somebody that I should know and would love to just do a virtual coffee. And then I have my calendar synced. So it syncs and my calendar is right below so they can pick pick a date right there. It's not like it takes
I see. So when they click to see your video and they get your message, right down below is your calendar where they can click to set a coffee appointment with you, a Zoom call.
Yeah, yeah. And it's pretty neat because they have all different calls to actions that you can do. You can do when your video is done, there's like, you can choose specific videos that you want to play as a reel. So it can almost be like a little commercial for whatever you're selling or doing or an event that's happening. And the customization. So on mine, I have my Annie Mac logo at the top, I have the Annie Mac colors. And I think that anything that shows customization, in this day and age, there's really no reason to cold call. In so many businesses, it doesn't have to be just real estate or mortgages or whatever it may be. We're all selling something. So to cut through that noise and show up like a friend, yeah, that person's going to take a call with you.
That is rad. I'm really, really enjoying this. It's interesting. I think I remember when we had our conversation, I made note to you that my daughter was going to be entering into the BDR space, and I'm going to be working closely with her in that regard. And you have just opened my mind to this. This is a really great way to make use of a pretty darn cool tool. I love it because, we certainly could just pick up the phone and make the call and try and introduce ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. We believe in that wholeheartedly, of course, but breaking the ice in this fashion, especially if you, like you said, you have the cardboard paper and you have their name on it, hi, Rachel, you're waving it like this, and that's the gift that they see or whatever in their text or what have you. And then to be able to click that and get the video and say, hey man, I just really think you're awesome. And I just would love to have a virtual coffee with you over Zoom sometime, man. Could we just do that? And my calendar's right below. Just pick a date. Let me ask you this. Have they been picking the date? Have they been scheduling the calls? Do they do that?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Really?
And I have it syncs to my Microsoft 365, whatever it is, syncs right to my regular calendar.
Yeah.
And with that calendar, I've broken it out, whether it's somebody new that I don't know, half hour, like get to know you, whether I'm doing a marketing presentation. So I have that option. They can pick an hour marketing presentation or a half hour works tour. So I have a few different options.
Got it.
I have a podcast too, which you got to come on. So whether it's
happy to anytime.
A guest on Phone a Friend Friday. So it's nice that there's a few options. And then that way, once they book it, they get an email right away. I get an email. It's not that extra touch or, okay, I'll get back to you, because let's face it, everyone's busy. And sometimes we get so hurt and take things so personally when someone doesn't reach back out.
Sure.
But we're just busy. We're just busy. Yeah. So as much as you can streamline the process, the better, right? To have everything in one place where it's nice and neat and tied up in a nice bow. I think that's the name of the game. And actually they have some kind of, I haven't used this yet, but I know it's in there. Automation. Automation is everything. Right? We can set it and
it can be, and it can be, kind of a pain. But let me ask you this, for the sake of our time here, I'm curious of two things. We'll knock these out as quick as you can before we get into the pricing of this thing. Take a break and get into pricing. But so clearly you're using it to start the conversation with prospects, right? You're doing that with agents. You're using it to start that conversation and get those meetings set. What other ways are you using it, and what are the specific features that you like the most about it? Because it has a lot of features. I looked into it. There's a free version, which we'll talk about, but there's also a couple of paid versions. Obviously you're using a paid version because you've got your branding in there, et cetera. But there's a lot of features, just like you said. I mean, the thing's stacked with features. So, but what are the ones that you like the most? What are how else are you using it besides the initial prospecting, or is that all you're using it for, which is fine? And what are the main features that you dig the most? Yeah,
I was using it just for prospecting in the beginning, but now they have a mobile app which you can almost do like reels in a sense, where you can hold the button down, record, and then stop it, and then record again. You can pop in a picture. So I
like a little video editor.
Yeah, I like that user ability about it. And then it's almost creating little stories where I don't have to go to TikTok or Instagram, I can edit something right there and then share it on social media.
Okay, so
So it
that's
doesn't
cool.
necessarily have to be an email. You can download an MP4 and and just share it wherever.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
but I was just using it. I was in the beginning using the free version just to get my feet wet. And I think sometimes people get very intimidated by video. I had somebody tell me at Freedom Club, actually, they're like, I got a face for radio. I'm like,
Yeah,
stop. It does not matter. You are the only you that there is. So
yeah,
when someone can see you and hear you, it's not about what you look like. It's a human connection. And if you can make that human connection, it's more memorable. When
right.
you're more memorable, then people refer you. If they don't remember you, how are they going to refer you?
Sure.
So there's that aspect of it. But I also, when I decided to do the paid version, these calls to actions are huge. So I have a few different, I forget what they're called, but a few different layers, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So of the version that I use for Annie Mac that has, click here for a virtual coffee with Rachel. Click here to email. Click here if you want to send a video email back.
Huh.
And then my calendar's down below. But my daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies. And, we have family and friends that are all over the place. So she did a video.
Oh
We
my
did
God, you've got to be kidding me.
Mhm. And pop them in there. And she did it with me. I'm not the mom that sells the cookies for the kids. I'm like, no, girl, you are selling these cookies on your own.
Well, it was probably
So
better that she was selling them. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it was really
So let
cool.
me get to the end of that story. So she killed it.
Totally,
Totally killed
totally
it.
killed it. She sold, I think, 275 was her goal, and I think she sold a little bit over. So, and
Oh,
actually, the one of the co-founders of Dubb, his name's Ruben. Ruben saw this video and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool!" And he bought $20 worth of boxes from her. So
awesome
great,
stuff.
right?
That's brilliant. Hey, let's take a quick break and then we'll go through pricing and that kind of stuff. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We are back with Rachael Tresch with Annie Mac, who is a BDR, a business development rep. I got that wrong in the beginning. My apologies. And kudos to you for doing that. And we need more BDRs. And I know that you're doing really, really well at it. And congrats on that. And so I want to get into pricing on this product, if that's okay. And so let's just take a peek here. So there's a free version. So if you're going to compare this to BombBomb or something like that, from what I can tell, BombBomb does not have a free version. So to the fact that you can get started, or like you said, get your feet wet with a free version, I think that's pretty cool because you can start experimenting. And it does look like there's quite a few things that you can do on the free version. And so that's really cool. The next step up, there's two steps up from there, guys. And so real quickly, Rachael, I'm just going to kind of buzz through this with everybody. So on the free version, guys, you get 10 gigabytes of storage or 100 SD videos, but it's going to have the Dubb logo. They're going to have Dubb URLs, Dubb branding, Dubb chat. You do get the mobile app. There is a Chrome extension. It will sync with Outlook and Gmail. It looks like it has LinkedIn integration, some basic reporting and a basic profile, a bio link, and some QR codes. Now on the $32 a month version, which is billed annually at $384 a year, on that version, which is really inexpensive, unlimited storage and HD videos, custom logo, custom subdomain and branding, contact management. That's cool. Calendar integration, calls to action, which is what Rachael was talking about. You can have different types of calls to action, which is great. Playlists, presets, portfolio pages, CRM, forms, team management, advanced reporting, a Facebook assistant. I don't get what that Kyra Facebook assistant, feedback assistant, not Facebook. God, Rachael,
Social media on the
the
brain.
eyes are just failing on me, right? Virtual backgrounds, email, SMS campaigns, YouTube integration, custom pixels. And then there's even a bigger version for $80 a month where you get tons more stuff, API access, all kinds of other custom integrations, custom scripts, all kinds of things like that, phone support. So you're on the 32, right?
I am. I'm in the middle version.
Yeah. I think that'll be adequate for anybody in our
Yeah,
biz. Yeah.
it depends the level of support that you want. and
Right.
and how many videos that you want to store.
Yeah.
You know, the free version is great to get your feet wet, but then, you max out and you can only
Right.
have 100 videos.
Yeah.
Or maybe they've changed it where it's just a certain amount of storage.
Right.
For me, I didn't want to delete videos because sometimes people
Sure.
take a month.
They live forever. Yeah. No, not smart to delete them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, what's really great is no matter the level that you're at, they will get on live with you. You can have an actual conversation face to face.
Oh, really?
Face-to-face video.
That's
with a real
great.
human
That's
being, which is
that's
so
really
fun.
great support. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, video can be very intimidating.
Mm.
And there is a teleprompter that you can use that's in there.
No kidding. Huh.
Yeah, I tend not to use that because I just feel like, I
Yeah.
don't know, people
You're
want to
free
hear you.
form, man. You're free form,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, me too.
When it's
Yeah.
too perfect, it sounds like a commercial, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be sold to. So,
Right.
if I were like, "Hi, Frank, it's Rachel. Thank you so much for clicking my video." I mean, nobody wants to hear that. So I want to hear if your kids are running in or you drop something or it's, it's real.
Yeah.
But they do have the teleprompter if you want to put bullets,
which is cool. I mean, and in some cases that would be good, depending on what you're trying to do, that could be very, very helpful. So yeah. But
I haven't even used everything that they have.
right.
You were reading that list and I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
great, though.
Really? It does that? That sounds like a great idea.
I want that. Oh, yeah.
Rachel, it's been great, man. Really appreciate you coming on board in Loan Officer Gizmos and Gadgets and sharing your insights to this product and the way that you're using it. That's exceptionally or especially helpful. You've given me some ideas. I already know for a fact I'm going to get this for my daughter and get her rolling on this and let her start to break into some of these real estate agents using your method, which I think is just fantastic. It's a really, really great idea. So yeah, thanks so much, man. And as far as being on your podcast, anytime, just shoot me a text. I'm happy to do it. And, we can go from there. So Rachael Tresch, everybody, again, there's a link somewhere here. If you're listening to us on the Loan Officer Podcast Network, there's a link down below for this. If you're listening to us on iTunes or somewhere else, something like that, you'll have to go to Loan Officer Podcast Network, loanofficerpodcastnetwork.com, where you can access all of the Marketing Animals podcasts. And there's a bunch of them and they're all fantastic, but you can specifically come to this one. You can specifically get to that link, which would be great. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Just remind everybody that if you have not been to an event lately because of COVID in the past, I would encourage you all to get to a Marketing Animals event. I think our next one is going to be in Lake Tahoe, which is very close to me, which is going to be super fun. Yeah. And I think the website to get there is mastermindevents.com. And you can register for the events there. I would highly encourage you to get to the event, because at the event, you got to admit, Rachel, at the events, not only are the presentations great, but what else is great is just the banter in the breaks, at lunch, that type of thing. Man, we just pick up so much more stuff. And that's why I really hope everybody will get to an event here soon.
I got to say, it was my first event and I really do not want to miss anymore. So
good to have you there.
There's nothing like being belly to belly with people and just a different perspective.
Yeah, okay. For sure. All right, you guys have a great one. Rachel, thanks again. You guys tune into us next week right here at Loan Officer Gizmos and Gadgets, part of the Mortgage Marketing Animals Loan Officer Podcast Network. And we'll catch you later. See you. Bye-bye.